But this right here, before your eyes and before mine, is the world's skinniest house according to the Guinness Book of World Records. So, you know, that's very skinny. Very skinny indeed. Let's walk over here a little bit. You know, I don't know if this is showing up on camera, but this thing is probably the skinniest house I've ever seen. This is pretty amazing. It looks like it's probably a 3-story house. It's kind of hard to tell. There's also looks like a balcony in the back, and there's another door up front. But this certainly is the skinniest house. Let's cross the street here and check it out. Well, this house was built in 1930 on a bet. And the bet was that, I'm forgetting his name, Nelson something. Let me look it up real quick. Nelson Rummid. Nelson Rummid. Back in, I don't know, I'm not even sure if I'm saying that name right, but back in 1930, he had a bet with one of his friends that he could not build a house, a habitable house, not just any old house, a habitable house, a house where people could actually live in. He had to build a house that people could actually live in on, and this house is wide across here, is 10 feet. 10 feet wide. That's not very wide, people. That's quite small. I think there's a lot of garages out there that are bigger than that. And I mean, as you can see, it does go back a little bit here, so there is space with the width, but the wide is quite small. And well, he won the bet apparently, and I guess the bet was like $100. He bet his friend that he could build this house for people to live in for $100, and he apparently won. Now if you cross the street here, this tree in front of the house it's not a big tree. It's just a standard sized tree, whatever that means, but it's not a very big tree, and it's bigger than the actual house itself. So there you get a little bit more of a perspective on the house. It's a cute house. I mean, I like it. I dig it. I think it's kind of cool looking. Now, you know, things have changed over time. Of course, you know, this may not be the skinniest house in the world anymore. This was, you know, built in 1930. But I think it is still considered the skinniest house, at least in the nation, at least here in the United States. It is still considered the skinniest house. But it's not small. Let's not get this confused. It's definitely not a small house, but it is definitely skinny. So there you go. Pretty impressive times in the 1930s to bet that you could build a house, a skinny house, a habitable skinny house. And yeah, pretty impressive. Now this is considered one of Long Beach's staples. Basically, it's a national, or at least a Long Beach landmark. So it's, you know, it's pretty easy to find. It's over here off of 7th, I believe, Avenue. And let's see. Let's just walk down here. I'll show you. So Paulton May, it's actually 7th Street and Gladys Avenue. So that's where you would find this. You got 7th Street here, which is, you know, you'd see this Hispanic Mexican restaurant here. And then right next to it is the world's skinniest house, according to, well, it's been in Ripley's Believe It or Not. and it's also in the Guinness Book of World Records. So that's pretty impressive. And yeah, like I said, I think it's either 3 stories or 4 stories, because you got 3 stories right here in the front, but then you have this kind of balcony thing up here. It does have this balcony thing, and it looks like there's like a 4th back room back there. And maybe that's its own little thing. Like, I don't know. I don't know if this is apartments. I don't know if this is a full house. I don't know what it is right now, but people do live here. So if you do come by here, obviously be very respectful when you come by here. But it's an oddly shaped house, but it's very incredible, and it's amazing how skinny this thing was built. It's pretty amazing. Very incredible indeed. It looks like a face right here. It looks like, you know, this is the mouth and there's the 2 eyes. There's his hat. So there you go. You got yourself a nice little bit of a history lesson on the skinniest house in the world, which probably is just in the nation now from what I hear. But regardless, it's still very skinny, and it's still one of the skinniest houses in the world. I have looked up online, and I've seen a couple places. I think in London there was a place that had a smaller house or whatever. Now, whatever, 1930, buddy, this was here first. So it's very interesting history, definitely a relic in its own right. So yeah, that's gonna do it today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on my random adventure, which is not that far from my house. It's probably about a 15-minute walk, so whatever. I think it's pretty cool. I hope you got something out of this. Now, if you're new here, I am a travel vlogger. What does that mean? That means I travel to kind of weird areas such as this, you know, oddball places and ghost towns, and also Disneyland, hopefully in the future when everything opens back up. So if that interests you at all, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a good one. Bye.